Je suis Aurélien Chédou. Faites comme moi. Écoutez Radio Audace, c'est sur 106.8 FM.
Radio Audace. Je suis Henri Bédimo, faites comme moi, écoutez Radio Audace.
Hello there, lovers of sport, and welcome to joining us on today's edition of your program, CLUBD'AUDACE Radio Audace. It is the last edition for the week, and of course, the audio console, there is Samuel Elong, I call him Monsieur le Maire, and of course, I am Henry Wana at the anchor in Douala. This afternoon, we shall be taking a particular look, a clearer look at the day 4 matches of the MTN Elite One Championship that were played on Wednesday. And of course, we shall be making projection to the 5 matches of the MTN Elite One that has been programmed this weekend in stadium across the national territory, which have, of course, be talking about our Indomitable Lioness of Cameroon. They are preparing so hard ahead of their game next weekend here in the national economic capital, Douala. Qu'est-ce qu'on fait cet après-midi, monsieur le maire? On commence avec quoi? On remet le compte à 0.
Le sport comme vous aimez, c'est sur Radio Audace.
C'est sur Radio Audace. Absent depuis quelques semaines pour des raisons personnelles, Daniel Brett a dirigé la séance de l'entraînement du Coton Sport de Garoua hier jeudi. Le technicien français qui, selon nos informations, est sous la sellette, devrait être sur le banc de touche de Coton Sport ce week-end pour le match face à UMS de Lom.
Le sport comme vous aimez, c'est sur Radio Audace.
L'équipe de Clément Arroga du Dynamo de Douala a battu PWD de Bamenda 2-0 lors de la 4e journée grâce au but de Marius Ngo Atita et Jean-Paul Nkolo. Les Bomba Job consolidés lieu place de leader de la poule A. Je vous propose d'écouter la réaction des acteurs de PWD de Bamenda et Dynamo après le rencontre de Abamenzi.
Bamenzi ne vous sourit pas cet après-midi.
Oh bon, on peut dire que Bamenzi ne nous a pas souri parce que là nous avons subi le match. On n'a pas joué avec la araignée qui nous a animés. Par exemple, le dernier match à Yaoundé, nous n'avons pas eu assez envie. Et je crois que c'est là où nous avons perdu le match. Les autres, ils avaient vraiment envie de jouer. Parce qu'à un certain moment, nous avons été très incisifs dans les actions.
Vous démarrez la rencontre en laissant sur le banc de touche votre artificiel, le dossier numéro 9. Comment comprendre?
Mais il sort de blessure, il est blessé, c'est pour ça qu'il était à côté. Nous ne pouvons l'utiliser que 45 minutes. Bon, vous avez vu que ce n'était pas trop ça, mais on va seulement continuer à travailler en espérant qu'il va retrouver la bonne semaine pour mettre les ballons au fond.
Est-ce que ça craint pour PWD de Bamenda? Est-ce que ça craint? Ça craint?
Oui, ça traîne à prendre la mayonnaise. en train d'apprendre la mayonnaise. Nous jouons un peu en dents de scie parce que le match que nous faisons à Yaoundé contre Colombe, et le match que nous jouons aujourd'hui, il n'y a pas photo. Et c'est pour ça que j'ai dit que nous avons manqué d'envie de jouer.
Une belle prestation malgré que vous soyez resté sur le banc de touche. Qu'est-ce qui explique cela?
Bon, le banc de touche, c'est le choix tactique. Moi, je dirais le coach a mis en place un système de jeu, une façon de jouer, vu qu'au pour nous attendait aussi. Et ce dont on a mis sur place a marché, à mon avis, et on a pu prendre les 3 points.
Est-ce que vous vous sentez à l'aise dans ce registre, commencer sur le banc?
Je ne dirais jamais que je suis content de commencer sur le banc, mais quand un coach vous dit aujourd'hui on va jouer comme ça, on va jouer comme ça, parce que, et on comprend, nous sommes des compétiteurs, on sait comment on va ancrer et essayer de faire la différence.
2 buts pour vous avec à la clé un titre de meilleur joueur de la partie. Qu'est-ce que ça vous fait?
Je suis content, je suis très heureux de ce titre. Je ne peux que féliciter mes coéquipiers parce que c'est dans l'ensemble que j'ai pu mener à bien ce que j'ai pu faire et je suis très content de ce titre de meilleur joueur.
Et puis ça ne passe pas cet après-midi. Hein?
Bon oui, ça ne passe pas comme vous l'avez dit. Bon, on n'a pas démérité quoi. On a trouvé une équipe de Dynamo qui était peut-être en place, mais avec l'aide de l'arbitre quoi. Vous-même vous avez vu, on a pris un bête but. Moi, je ne pouvais pas considérer ça comme un but, puisque l'arbitre ne valide. Mais là, le juge, la séance de touche appelle l'arbitre pour dire qu'il y a but. Donc, on ne sait pas s'il y a quoi on joue au championnat camerounais, je ne sais pas.
Oui, mais après, vous ne marquez pas aussi, pourquoi on refuse?
Non, c'est vrai, nous, on n'a pas marqué. On méritait quand même, de toute façon, dont on a joué, on méritait quand même de sortir avec un point. Quand même, on méritait. Quand on entend le score, c'est peut-être un spectateur, un téléspectateur qui n'était pas peut-être au stade, il va dire que bon, Dynamo, on nous a marché dessus, comme vous pouvez bien entendre. Mais bon,
donc, pour vous, le score ne reflète pas la physionomie du match?
Comme vous avez si probablement dit, le score ne reflète pas la physionomie du match. On pouvait quand même rentrer avec un point, quoi. Puisqu'on ne marquait pas. Mais on a pris 2 bêtes buts quoi. Un penalty et un but comme ça.
Comment expliquer vos résultats en dents de scie?
Bon, nous sommes vraiment en dents de scie. On gagne, on fait match, on perd. Bon, j'espère qu'on va pouvoir se remettre sur pied et pouvoir enchaîner avec les victoires peut-être consécutives quoi.
Bon vent pour la suite.
Merci.
Le sport comme vous aimez, c'est sur Radio Audace.
Bambutos of Buda recorded the biggest win on day 4 as they humiliated AS Fortuna 3-0 in Buda. Let's have the actors of both teams react at the end of the game.
Yes, it was a convincing victory. You see, playing against 10-player team is a very difficult, very, very difficult. So, unless you use your tactical superiority, else you can't win. You know, we played against Union Douala. We played for 30 minutes, 10 against 11, but we couldn't score. It's not easy in such games, so we were determined to win this match. Started well, but after 20-25 minutes, the opponents took over the game, as you can see. Because in our own tactical plan, I think we did well in the first 25 minutes, but from there, I think we slowed the game. That's why the opponents came in with the strongest in the position played. Every team is a heavyweight. Every team, to me, on my own, to the best of my knowledge, every team is a quality team. So if the approach must be, we are going to work hard on some of these tactical things. You know, today we changed a lot of players in our game. So that's how we are going to work and see what will happen there.
On va simplement dire que c'était un jour sans. On n'a pas hésité du tout. Je pense qu'on n'a pas hésité. Le fait qu'on n'a pas hésité, on a encore pris un carton rouge, nous a encore compliqué la tâche. Parce que ça a été un match très difficile pour nous. Bon, le championnat va commencer, on va travailler pour les prochaines échéances. Tout à fait. Je vous ai dit que c'était un jour sans. Qu'est-ce que l'avenir nous prévoit, nous-mêmes on ne le sait pas, mais on va travailler pour l'avenir. Je pense qu'on a les arguments pour. On n'a pas seulement été. Bon, voilà. Et puis on va se remettre au travail pour des échéances futures, pour qu'on puisse remettre la barre très très haute. Une très bonne équipe de Bambuto cet après-midi. Ils nous ont montré juste après le carton rouge qu'ils ont des arguments. Je crois que ce championnat sera discuté jusqu'à la fin. Rien n'est joué. Je pense que les dés sont jetés. Tout le monde a sa chance dans cette bataille-là.
Merci.
Le sport comme vous aimez, c'est sur Radio Audace.
And of course, the most controversial game of the day, that's day 4, which was interrupted by the players of Victoria United at the 74th minute of play, while the game was 1-1 against CLUBD'AUDACE, who has been preoccupying social media outlets lately. However, the game ended 2-1 in favor of CLUBD'AUDACE. Let's have the actors react shortly after that game.
Opopo qui s'incline à nouveau ici à Bamesi face à CLUBD'AUDACE. Quel sentiment?
C'est une grosse déception pour nous. C'est une grosse déception pour nous. Parce que vous savez, c'est 3 matchs et 3 défaites d'affilée. C'est pas toujours de bonne augure quand nous venons, nous perdons match après match. Ça fait mal. Et maintenant, nous sommes pas contents du résultat. Nous avons vu l'arbitrage aussi qui n'a pas aussi été à un moment en notre faveur parce que les arbitres ont complètement penché. Bon, mais on ne va pas s'appuyer dessus, mais ça compte. C'est vrai qu'aujourd'hui, ça n'a pas été encore un jour comme les autres. Donc, on va juste se remobiliser et continuer à travailler.
Capitaine, une belle victoire en déplacement. Hein?
Oh, ouais. Nous, on avait besoin de ça parce que c'était notre premier match à l'extérieur. Donc, nous, on avait besoin de cette victoire.
Qu'est-ce qui a fait la différence?
La différence, c'est le groupe. C'est le groupe. Donc, nous, on est compact, c'est collectif. Donc, il n'y a pas d'individualité.
Comment est-ce qu'on se sent quand on est l'équipe à abattre?
Donc, on se sent un peu frustré parce que tous les matchs sont des finales. Donc, c'est à nous de prendre ces matchs dans des très bonnes conditions avec un mental plus haut.
Puisque nous sortons de 3 matchs nuls, donc nous avions à cœur de prendre les 3 pour aujourd'hui. Chose est faite, donc nous sommes très contents.
Et qu'est-ce qui peut expliquer ce démarrage tardif de Fauveau?
Ça ne peut pas trop s'expliquer. C'est le football, nous avons fait des matchs nuls et aujourd'hui nous avons pris 3 points. Je pense que c'est ce qu'il faut retenir et continuer à travailler pour toujours prendre les points.
On a quand même connu une instabilité au sein de ce groupe, on parle des problèmes de primes. Qu'est-ce qui se passe?
Oui, c'est vrai, nous sommes en difficulté, mais nous avons fait table rase sur ça pour essayer de prendre d'abord les points et après revendiquer. Je pense qu'il est temps pour nous de d'abord jouer avant de réclamer. Bon, chose faite, on espère que la suite, qu'il y aura une suite favorable.
For me, it's a very normal game. It's very normal. In football, it happens. I can't say something happened wrong. In the pitch of field, there's football and politics. So I believe everything went well. Whatsoever I have today, being the loser or whatsoever, we are okay with that. All we just have to do, we just have to work harder for our next match.
Tell us something about the second penalty.
No, for the second penalty, it's okay. Like I say, I can't criticize any game of play. The referee has the right to take whatever decision he wants. It's okay.
You are stopping the ball, no?
No, we're stopping the ball is to follow the rules and regulation of the game. It's okay. I just hope the federation is going to help for us to proceed for the reason why we stopped the game. That's all I can say.
What is the matter about PWG, about Victoria, because it's not good?
No, that is why in the pitch of football, there are good moments and bad moments. Yeah. Let's say, I can't say anything about that for now. But we are okay with whatever happens.
Something must change?
Yeah, something must change, but we are not the ones to change it. The federation has to do that. That is all I can say for now.
Thank you. Thank you.
Le sport comme vous aimez, c'est sur Radio Audace.
And of course, let me give you the general result of day 4 matches that were played throughout the national territory within the week. We had Avion Academy that separated on a 1-1 draw with Kotaswar of Garwa. We equally had the Bambutus that trashed AS Fortuna by 3-0. Union Sportif of Douala separated on a barren draw game with Agli Royal of Domenwan. Astra of Douala trashed Canon of Yaoundé 2-1. Gazelle FA defeated Column of the South by 1-0. Pete Downtown de Bamenda accepted a 2-0 defeat from Dynamo of Douala. CLUBD'AUDACE defeated Victoria United by 2-1. Apejas of Full had a 1-1 tie with 12 Azom. And of course, Young Sport Academy held a 0-0 tie with UMS of Loom. Let's look at the classification tables this far. After 4 playing days in the Elite 1 Championship, at the Pool A, we are having Dynamo of Douala, which of course after 4 playing days is stopping with 10 points. Canon of Yaoundé 7 points. Les Astres of Douala 7 points. Gazelle FA with 7 points. In Pool B, we are having Start Ronaldo of Melon with 7 points. CLUBD'AUDACE 6 points. Avion Academy 5 points. Kotaswar of Garwa with 5 points. Meanwhile, on the rock bottom, we are having UMS of Victoria United with 3 points. UMS of Loom 2 points. And Young Sport Academy with just 2 points.
Le sport comme vous aimez, c'est sur Radio Audace.
And of course, those of you just joining us, you are live on your program, CLUBD'AUDACE. We are taking you on a tour to get those stories animating the world of soccer in Cameroon. Let's talk about something else now, but still in football, whereby la saison 2023-2024 du championnat national féminin de première division de Cameroun, la Guinée Super League, démarre ce samedi à 15h au stade Omnisport de Bepanda. Au programme, Authentique Fille de Douala reçoit le champion en titre, l'Ekefi de Yaoundé.
Le sport comme vous aimez, c'est sur Radio Audace.
32 joueuses de l'équipe nationale féminine de l'Ouganda se préparent actuellement à Kampala en vue de leur match contre les Lions indomptables de Cameroun. Les deux équipes vont s'affronter dans le cadre de qualification pour les Jeux Olympiques 2024. Le match va se jouer ici à Douala le 31 octobre 2023. Mais avant ça, les filles de Jean-Baptiste Bissek continuent à appliquer tactiquement, défensivement et offensivement l'entraînement au centre d'excellence de la CAF à Bankomo, avec plusieurs matchs amicaux à jouer avant de descendre à Douala la semaine prochaine. Je vous propose d'écouter Brenda Tabé et Brigitte Ombundu après le séance d'entraînement.
The camp is very nice, very well, because we are already used with each other. You know, we are all local players for now, so we have been playing the Guinea Super League together, and we already know each other, so we are all friendly. Wow, it's a very a very tough match, because we all know that we lost our game against Kenya, and then we also lost the qualifications for the African Nations Cup of 2024. But we are going to do our possible best, because we just can't lose two qualifications just like that. So we don't have any choice. We just need to win the game against Uganda and the home game here in Cameroon. Yeah, first of all, we are very sorry for the loss of the qualifications of the African Nations Cup. We are very sorry. But I just want to beg you guys to keep on encouraging us and also supporting us. Vous savez, l'homme propose, mais Dieu dispose. Donc, please just keep on supporting us and wish us all the best, because we are 2-3-7 and victory is going to be us. Victory 3 times. Et d'abord, je me sens très bien dans ma peau par rapport au premier stage. Par rapport à ce match, mes coéquipiers et moi, nous nous sommes tenus la main et nous avons juste mis en pratique ce qui nous a été donné le long de cette une semaine et nous sommes logés ici. Le stage se passe très bien. Il y a l'animation, il y a l'ambiance, il y a les enjeux. Et mes coéquipiers et moi, nous sommes satisfaits du travail. Et personne ne lâche d'ici. Depuis le 11 que nous sommes là, personne ne lâche. Nous ne pouvons que dire au peuple camerounais de ne pas nous lâcher, car nous attendons.
Le sport comme vous aimez, c'est sur Radio Audace.
Very important day. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. After the talking, taking you on a tour to different stadia on how the 4 matches looked like in Cameroon. Now let's settle down with a cold glass of water. Sit back at home or the comfort of your car. Let's talk about analyzing the games of our local teams. And I'm being joined on the line to Boya by Jamia Teke. Good afternoon, Jamia.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Jamia, we apologize. The network seems not to be on our favor this afternoon, but we are going to try another line so that we'll get connected to you this afternoon so that we can together analyze the performance of our teams. We understand very well that we have just played the 4 matches in the Elite One Championship, and of course, where we are told that at this point in time we could count 65 goals that have been scored from day 1, 2, 3, and 4. And of course, we shall be looking at the top scorer this far, who is topping the chart in terms of goal scoring, who is that goal poacher in the domestic league. We'll try once more to get connected to Jamie Ateke, joining us on the line to Boya to ensure that we talk together, analyze our local championship. For together, we should be able to constructively help our nation develop its soccer. So once more, we get connected to Jamie Ateke to get to understand. Maybe the network seems to be playing a hide-and-seek game with us this afternoon. Mr. Lomer. All right. So, like I was telling you, that we shall be talking about the Elite One Championship. Maybe I remind our listeners that they're live on the program. We have just made a tour on the different stadia where we had another controversial game where the supporters, many are clamoring that the players of Victoria United should be punished. Remember that Victoria United, the third consecutive loss. After they suffered a loss in Garwa, they went down to Limbe, suffered another loss, and then traveled to Bamenzi within this week. That was on Wednesday, and then they were defeated by Fufuro Baham 2-1. And of course, you had teams like Young Sport Academy who are still struggling to pick a win since the start of this new football season in Cameroon. Things continue to fall apart for Young Sport Academy. You get to understand that they are still ranked with just 2 points because of the 2 draw games that have recorded this far. Jamie Ateke is back. We hope this time around it will be much more better. Good afternoon, Jamie.
Yeah, good afternoon, Wanaheri. Good afternoon to the listeners of Radio Odan.
All right, thanks for joining us. How is the town of Boya, the town of London Hospitality, faring this fateful day?
Yeah, the town of London Hospitality is actually cool this afternoon. A lot of sunshine, and we thank God for the sunshine. And though yesterday was characterized with rainfall.
I can imagine, especially out there in Elikoko Membia and Bokwango in particular. All right, let's talk about that which made us to assemble here. We are talking about the day 4 matches in the MTN Elite One Championship. We are told that the greatest scoreline or the most interesting scoreline was the game Bamutuso Buddha. And of course, Bamutuso Buddha defeated her opponent AS Fortuna by 3-0. When you look at the game so far, you were in Bamenzi in Bafoussam, where you had opportunity to assist in the game Victoria in Fufuro Baham against Victoria United. After they lost at home in front of their multitude of supporters, they went again to Bamenzi and they will be defeated in a controversial game to many supporters. What analysis could you make as far as the four matches are concerned in Cameroon?
Well, I think the championship has started, and so you expect the clubs to take shape. You know, it is a short championship which has 2 pools in the as far as the season is concerned, and 2 pools. The games are so limited, and so that is why, as a club, you must be able to ensure that you get the maximum points. And so, Victoria United against Fufu Club of Baham, to me, it was another disappointing outing on the part of the Limbe side when you look at it, because they are a new team in the championship. But when you look at their recruits, it tells us that they still have a long way to go. And Victoria United, this is not just happening in a shocker, but it is following a historical turn. You know, Victoria United have always found it difficult to actually start a championship like the Elite 1 or Elite 2 on a fine footing. If you look at their returns in 2002, 2003, 2004, you understand that in the first 3 games, they only managed to win one game in those 3 seasons, or 1 game each in those 3 seasons. And so that was the same issue with their performance last football season in the first 3 games of the Elite 2 Championship. And so that has continued again this time around at the level of the new Elite 1 Championship. So it is something that it has been following them, but you say, like the press conference or the press briefing that was held in the club's headquarters out there in Guinea, you understand that the club actually, or the club president, reassured the fans that the club is going to become champions when it comes to the end of this current campaign. So there is still that belief, that confidence that the club will bounce back when they play Apetites on Foot tomorrow at the Limbe Centenary Stadium.
Very important. And of course, we must understand that supporters like Cameroonians in general are very impatient. They are very impatient. They want to see victory now. Huh? There is no time to waste for victory to start coming. We just need to understand.
They need victory right now, but it is a process. Even Cotton Sports of Garoua in the last 2 seasons, they've struggled, despite the fact that at the end of the day, they emerged as champions. Remember that Cotton Sports of Garoua, I think 2 seasons ago when they were champions in 2022, you understand that they actually went close to about 4 games without a win. And that season they had Derek as their goalkeeper. And before then, they made some changes at the level of their team, and they went on to gather maximum points, which enabled them to win the championship at the end of the season. So it's all about the club objectives. Like the president said, we followed the speech of the president or the briefing of the president on Monday, where they live. He was confident, and he told the fans to calm down their pressure, to calm down themselves, that everything is under control. And so when you get a president who knows that, and he himself said it, that he is not sure of winning against Football Club of Baham. So he had already prepared the minds of the fans that no matter the outcome of the game, they should still believe in the team, that the team can actually emerge as champions. Remember that the championship this year is a 2-phase championship, where you play the first phase of 16 games, and then the playoffs, which is coming up after the group stage or the first phase of the championship. So that is where I think they should be looking at. But now, before you get there, you must put in a good position at the level of the classification table, because the first 4 actually qualify for the championship. And so that is, I think, Victoria United needs to be looking at finishing 4th or in the first 4 of their pool, and then waiting for the final conclusion why they maintain their objective as far as the championship is concerned.
You must understand that they need just to maintain themselves. It's not all about emerging as champion of the Elite One Championship. When they say champion, people try to misinterpret maybe the word of team president Quine Valentine, because all what matters is maintaining themselves as far as the Elite One Championship is concerned, so that next season they can get to learn, understand how the big boys, rubbing shoulders with the big boys in the Elite One Championship is not a day's job. Like the Englishman will tell you, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a step. It's just 4 days gone. The 5th day is coming. We should expect things to get changing gradually.
Yeah, you are so right. You are so right. You look at the issue as it stands presently. I think from my own observation as an analyst and as a consultant, you understand that if you look at the way Namo Douala keep their recruits, did their recruits, and you understand that they brought in some players who actually are of standard with the Elite One.
Exactly.
They brought in players who actually Elite One products. I'm talking of Dinamo Douala.
Yeah.
You could see their players that they bought. The likes of Lionel Ateba, the likes of Etabawak, the likes of Molo Mohamed. Those are players whom no Elite One football. Mamusu, the likes of Kemaju. Those are players which Victoria United should have gone for. But when you look at their team, like you said, they don't have that team that can actually win the Elite One Championship, because they lack the experience. Just like you find Dinamo have all the experienced players, and that's why they are topping their group. I'm talking of Dinamo Douala with 10 points. That's the impact of you buying the best legs in the country. But now, Baudidi, as he is ambitious, he knows that, or he is confident that what he has, his players have what he calls financial motivation.
Exactly.
That is what other clubs don't have. That is what he is trying to hold on to see that it acts as doing the high recruits, but he is like looking at financial motivation being the key to his success, which I think that should not be his joker. Because your joker, as a team that wants to win the championship, you must be able to get the best legs. I can take, for instance, an analogy of Cotton Sports of Garoua in 2021-22 seasons. They went into the market and they bought in the best legs. Chemalong, Havengumu, the likes of Nancy Slen, the likes of Anaderic. They bought in some players from the academy like Mayu Shwaibu, they had Dauda Camilo. So they blend it and they won the championship in 2022. So it's all about investing in the players and not actually signing players, but signing targeted players who can win you championship, who can win you games. And so I think that is what Victoria United failed to do during the off-season. Yes, they bought players like Richmond, who has scored 3 goals, yes, but when you look at the team, there is that problem, the midfield, which they never reinforced. And that is why they find it difficult to actually play, to actually gel the midfield and the defense alongside the attack. So there is still that long way to go for Victoria United. Like I said, they should use this first season to study themselves, to study their strengths, weaknesses, and then look forward to next football season. But like the president is saying, he has an objective to play the CAF Champions League, and so he's looking at every season the objective must be implemented. But we can't say for sure. The season just started, like I said. So he's trying to finish in the top 4, and so when you finish in the top 4, you play the playoff champions, and from the playoff champions, you are able to know where you belong as far as the championship is concerned.
All right, Jamie, you are not going away. Just get a glass of water. Let me make some money on this program, right? A commercial break.
Mon frère, Momo School, c'est la magie. Tu payes l'école des enfants et tu gagnes encore. Payez les frais de scolarité avec Momo et soyez un des gagnants de 60 bourses scolaires que Momo School offre chaque jour. Tape étoile 126 dièse ou télécharge Momo App. Momo, leader de la lutte anti-foirage. Alors, on fait quoi aujourd'hui?
Le sport comme vous aimez, c'est sur Radio Audace.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're still live on your program, CLUBD'AUDACE. And before the commercial break, we were talking about Victoria United. But then, Jamie Ateke, welcome back. I want us now to talk about Tonto de Bamenda. This is PW de Bamenda, fresh from the Challenge Cup of Cameroon. After they suffered a defeat from Foforo Baham, it seems as if the nightmare they witnessed in Yaoundé is still far-fetched from erasing from their minds.
Yeah, for the Apakwa boys, I will tell you categorically clear that they actually got it wrong. When you look at their team, yes, they had the support from the fans, the population, the elites. You look at their mobilization in the Cameroon Cup, it was so excellent. They made some money from it. But when you look at it, their inability to keep their key players that helped them in their successes last football season, I mean, talking about the survival of the championship, talking about playing the Cup of Cameroon finals, those players who enabled them, I'm talking of Moulou Mohamed and Thomas Etabawak, those were players alongside Lionel Ateba. Those were the key players who led this team to some successes last football season. But their inability to keep these players was indeed a big problem. And the fact that they had to bring in Dodonenke late into the new campaign, which the campaign was just 2 weeks to the start of the new championship, and then they brought in Dodonenke. Yes, it's a good gaffer, but you need time to actually understand your players and make sure that your players actually know your system of play, your tactics, as well as your approach to games. But that wasn't done, and so that is why, yes, they won against Bambutu Sambuda, and they have had a draw. They lost to Kanong of Yaoundé, and last time out they lost against Dinamo of Douala. It already tells you how a club has been able to get good players in the off-season, like Dinamo of Douala, playing against a PW Bamenda that has not been able to get good players in the off-season. It gives you, when you see the scoreline 2-0. It gives you how prepared PW Bamenda was prepared, or how far they have gone in terms of their preparation. They are still down there around 10% when it comes to preparations. And so that is the disadvantage. But though I know Pascal Abundi, he has his own way of doing things. He has his own way of looking at the management of the club. He still has the objectives of winning a trophy this season. We've seen that from the budget of the club, 187 million francs CFA. Those are budgets. I think if you look at their results, yes, they are still languishing around the 8th spot in their pool. That's Pool A, and it's somehow not a fine start for them. After 4 games, only 4 points gathered from a possible 12 points is somehow not a good start for the Abakwa boys. But I think with Dodolinke, he has been the gaffer of Ganong of Yaoundé, Njiko FC, Njiko Banjun, and he knows how to manage teams in the Elite One Championship. And so managing the Abakwa boys is not going to be a strange job for him, but though it's going to be tough because of the recruits, his players. We don't know whether what he's putting in place as a system, as a tactics, his players can actually match up and actually execute what he had programmed. So all that again comes into play about the clubs, recruits, and so forth. But we all knew playing against Naomo was going to be a huge mountain for them to climb. So we just hope that their next game, which they will play this weekend, I think they should be able to grab maximum points, because where they are, I think it's not a good position for this particular team when you look at it. But the way the championship has been structured, you understand that it's not a matter of you finishing first or second, but it's a matter to bridge the gap between the top four and the last bottom teams. Yeah. So if the Abakwa boys can manage to get into the top four, then it's a good achievement. But even though they will finish maybe below, they might finish below the top four positions, they will still go and play the playoffs down. And when you play the playoffs down, you understand that nobody is relegated until you play the playoffs down. So I think they still have some kind of hopes, but it's all about the preparation. Remember that what affects football on the pitch is not what the players play on the pitch. Everybody can play football, but it's all about the psychology. It's all about the mental strength. And with the mental strength, you understand that when the players are psychologically upright, they go out there and play good football. So that is what I think is lacking for PW Bamenda. But I think as a club, they can bounce back with their population.
And of course, just to remind you that PW Bamenda this weekend shall be playing in Bamen in Buda against AS Fortuna. These two teams are fresh from defeat, and they are both keeping just 3 points to their credit so far after 4 playing days in the Elite One Championship. When you look at how teams are playing this far, for Baham too, players are promising or are equally planning to go on a strike action because they are having unpaid bonuses. This is another warning signs coming up again. This is for Baham hoping after their triumph at the Cup of Cameroon finale, they're hoping to keep the same momentum flowing. But then another problem steps in. That is an issue of match bonuses to our local teams.
Yeah, it's really a kind of an unfortunate situation as far as the